is, and I don't care which president it is, I don't care which party it is, I don't care which president it is. And you can go back, I mean, I think FDR issued like 3,700 and some odd executive orders.
It was something obscene.
Trump was like 322, Obama was 360, Reagan was even, I think even higher. So both sides do it, right?
Yeah.
But these are done by executive orders. So they're worried that Trump is going to be a dictator, which I think it's funny because, he's making fun of him, which is fine, right? But Trump's going to be the dictator, yet anybody who's a president, because of the dysfunction in Congress and the refusal to do their job, allows the presidents, all presidents, to use executive orders to bypass the legislative process, which defeats exactly how the checks and balances was set up in the government. And the result
exactly
is, right. And the result is we are now again, we have to differentiate national debt versus deficit, right? Deficit is annual, right? Our annual deficit is $1.7 trillion, which means that our government spends $1.7 trillion more than they take in of our money.
Right. That's right.
But the national debt, there's something called the debt clock. I don't know if you can pull this up, Lord Benjamin.
Yes.
If you can pull this up. So the national debt clock, I happen to have it up on my computer too, but I can't show it on the screen. So folks, if you want to know how much that you're in debt, the U.S. national debt, which is the accumulation of all the federal deficits on a yearly basis, is $34 trillion. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 digits. Go out 14 digits. I believe that would put you in the trillions. All because Congress will not do its job. All because, and what it does is it creates this, maybe it's not a dictatorship, right? I mean, because dictator, by the way, the common denominator in this show? Oppression. Dictators oppress the people. Just keep that in mind. So, like
the national debt oppresses.
Right. Which and by the way, folks, if you're listening and you go to, what is it called? USDebtClock.org. I hope, Lord Benjamin, you have it up on the screen for us. The debt per taxpayer is now $260,000 per taxpayer.
That's how much you, ladies and gentlemen, each of you individually owes the federal government for whatever it is they feel like spending your money on.
Right. But I want to get back to this, because the Supreme Court is taking up the Chevron decision, and the Chevron decision basically, right? They're going to hear oral arguments in January of 2024, and the Chevron decision basically says that the court should defer to the administrative state or the bureaucrats, if you will, on how these laws are interpreted if Congress passes unclear laws. And the problem is that either Congress passes no laws, or the laws are unclear, or they pass, continuing resolutions that are 450 pages that, the congressmen and women vote on before even reading.
Yep.
Right. So, this has real-time ramifications for all of us. Because remember, the system was founded on Congress is supposed to originate laws, and
they have the purse strings,
and they're supposed to pass clear laws. When you don't pass clear laws, you allow the executive to of either party to issue executive orders interpreted by the administrative state that doesn't change.
I was just gonna say, and that's what, to me, Chevron has contributed to the rise of the administrative state, or that fourth branch. That unelected fourth branch of government that we call the deep state, that we call the administrative state. You think about how many times, that famous quote of Nancy Pelosi, well, we got to pass it to know what's in it.
It's going to be very, very exciting. But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it, away from the fog of the controversy.
And what she really meant was, we don't actually know how much this is going to cost, because it's not our job as Congress. We're going to just write this law and give it to someone else to go figure out what the consequences and the costs are. They don't even care. I don't think they pay attention to any of that, or consider it when they're passing laws, for that matter.
Well, there's a reason that Congress has the lowest approval rating of any branch in government, of frankly, of any profession, right? Except your own congressperson.